movement!
What's the position?
They're closing!
Tracker's off scale, man. They're all around us, man. Jesus.
Maybe they don't show up on infrared at all.
Welcome to Action Movie Recap. In today's episode, we are here to talk about an action sci-fi thriller movie called Aliens. So grab your popcorns and remember, spoilers ahead. An escape shuttle is floating through space. In it, we find a woman sleeping in the pod while our shuttle is approaching the space station. The metal door of the shuttle is cut down, followed with a machine scanning the room. Then followed with some group of men entering the room just to find the woman and her cat sleeping in the pod. She gets attended to by a nurse. Then a man enters the room by the name Catterbuck, who is with her cat. Him and the woman known as Ellen Ripley have a conversation. In their conversation, we get to learn that Ripley has been in that escape shuttle for 57 years. Her cat starts hissing, then all in a sudden she starts feeling intensive pain in her chest. Immediately, health professional starts rushing to her aid as she begs to be killed. Then an infant alien attempts busting through her tummy. She wakes up just finding that everything was just a dream. We next see her in a room waiting for Buck to get inquiries about her daughter. We learn from that conversation that her daughter died 3 years ago at age 66. We then cut through to a board meeting with the Weyland Yutani Corporation, who are skeptical about her claims of alien X in a derelict ship on the Exomon LV-426. She meets one of the board members, through which we learn that the site has been undergoing terraforming activities for over 20 years with no such complaints of aliens at all. We then cut through the terraforming site known as Helios, as we are briefly introduced to some colonists living in the base. We then follow a space vehicle. In it is a husband and wife with their 2 children. The husband set an abandoned spacecraft and suggests to his wife that they should check it out. The vehicle gets parked near the spacecraft. They tell their children to stay inside till they get back, as they go inside the car and check it out. Time passes by and the daughter is worried for not seeing any signs of their parents. Then all in a sudden, the mother rushes to the vehicle to report an emergency. On the floor is her husband, whose face has been attached by an alien face hugger. The daughter, seeing this, and screaming aggressively. We then call through to Ripley in her room, who opens her door to Buck and a marine by the name Gorman, who asks her to accompany them to investigate after losing signal to another colony. But she refuses, as she claims that she won't be useful to them over there, as she is not a soldier. Buck tries to convince her, but she is still traumatized from her past alien encounter and refuses. As it seems that there's nothing they can say to make her reconsider, they decide to both take their leaves. She wakes up from yet another bad dream and decides to reach out to Buck to agree in accompanying them to the investigation under the condition that they exterminate all the creatures. We cut through to Ripley and some Marines waking up from an open sleep pod. The Marines are eating in preparation for their mission. When Ripley realizes that a man playing with his food is an android by the name Bishop, and she starts agitating on why an android is on board with them, we get to know that an android in our last mission malfunctioned, leading to the death of our crew members. Bishop tries to convince her that he is an advanced model and he won't malfunction, but she remains skeptical and tells him to stay away from her. We then cut through to a dropship delivering the expedition to the surface of LV-426, where they find the colony deserted. They eventually find 2 live alien facehuggers in the containment tanks and a traumatized young girl nicknamed Newt, who is the only sole survivor. The crew locates the colonies beneath the fusion-powered atmosphere processing station and heads towards their location, descending to a corridor covered with alien secretions. The Marines find one unlikely colonist as she begs to be killed. Then all of a sudden, an infant alien busts through her chest. The Marine kills it, rousing multiple adult aliens who ambushed the Marines, killed and captured many of them. When the inexperienced gunman panics, Ripley assumes command and takes control of the armored personnel carrier and rams the nest to rescue them. While the few surviving Marines engage in a serious gunfight with the aliens on their way to the carrier. As soon as they all enter, Ripley starts the carrier as she attempts to escape the nest, but got attacked by one of them from atop the car, through which she presses a hard brakes and runs over it. The carrier parked at a safe distance from the nest, where Hicks orders for a dropship to recover the remaining survivors, but the stay-away alien kills the pilot and it crashes into the station. The survivors barricade themselves inside the colony. They recover from the crash and decide to walk themselves to the next base. Ripley discovers Borg ordered the colonists to investigate the abandoned spaceship containing alien eggs, intending to profit by recovering them for biological weapon research. But before she could expose him, Bishop informs the group that the dropship crash damaged the power plant cooling system and it will explode under 4 hours, destroying the colony. He then volunteers to reach the colony transmitter and remotely pilot the Sulaco remaining dropship to the surface. Ripley decides to take a rest and fall asleep with Newt's face under the bed. Ripley wakes up after taking a quick nap just to realize that 2 alien facehuggers have been released from their containment. She wakes up Newt, then all of a sudden gets herself attacked by one of them from the bed as Newt gets out from under the bed and Ripley turns it over. They both try to open the door but it is locked. Ripley goes to the camera to signal for help, but Borg seeing this first offs the monitor and pretends to the Marines of not knowing anything happening over there. Ripley then sets up the fire alarm, which finally alerts the Marines, who then rushes to her aid. Hicks breaks through the lab window and rescues Ripley from one of the alien facehuggers, followed by the Marines who did the same for Newt. She accuses Borg of releasing the facehuggers to impregnate her and Newt, allowing him to smuggle the embryos through S-quarantine. The power suddenly cuts, and the alien starts attacking from the ceiling. In the issuing of firefights to defend themselves from the aliens, Hudson gets subdued, and Borg, who locks them outside, fortunately gets killed by one of them. Gorman and Valquez sacrifice themselves to avoid being captured by the creatures, while Newt gets separated from Ripley and gets captured by the creatures. Ripley and injured Hicks reach Bishop at the second dropship, but she refuses to abandon Newt. The group travels to the processing station, allowing heavily armed Ripley to enter the hive and rescue Newt. Newt wakes up finding herself inside the alien hive. Then the cocoon opens with an alien facehugger coming out from it. She starts screaming, alerting Ripley, who has been looking for her in the hive, to come right on time to rescue her. In attempting to escape, they encounter the alien queen in her egg chamber. Ripley uses her weapon to destroy the eggs and the queen ovipositor. Being pursued by the enraged queen, Ripley and Newt join Bishop and Hicks on the dropship and escape moments before the station explodes, consuming the colony in a nuclear blast. Ripley thanks Bishop for coming through for them until the queen ambushed them, who stood away in the dropship landing gear. The queen tears Bishop in half and advances on Newt. But Ripley fights the creature with an exosuit cargo loader and expels it through an airlock into space. We then cut through to Ripley, Newt, injured Higgs, and critically damaged Bishop, preparing to enter hypersleep for their return trip to Earth. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe for more action movie recaps. We upload 2 times a week every Thursday and Friday, and we hope to see you in our next action movie recap.